It seems like the goal for the content creator and the consumer is freedom from the performative grind. Yo, what's going on, my dear friends? Manuel Elia here. If you're here for any sort of wisdom, some sort of motivation or anything like that, you're in the wrong place. Just keep scrolling. I'm sure there's plenty of that. If you're here for like rough, rugged, raw thoughts, ideas, or whatever happens, questions, all that kind of thing, you're in the right place. All right. That kind of leads me nicely into what I want to talk about today. Have you noticed that there is a small but growing group of people, both content creators and content consumers, that are kind of backing off of everything online? Now, what I mean by that is I'm not saying that they're like ditching their tech and they're like, not using the internet or anything like that. That's not what I mean. They're using it differently. They're acting differently online. What they're doing is, it seems they're just kind of tired of like the way things have become online, generally speaking. The combative debate culture type of thing, everyone arguing, everyone screaming at each other, all sides. That includes all sides and the middle, the left, the right, and the middle. Everybody's fighting on any subject you can think of, anything, right? They're just tired of all of that stuff. They're just tired of the of like the constant trolling, cancel culture, ideological battles, and all of those things. Just a bunch of people telling you stuff so that they could sound smart or get clicks or piss somebody off or whatever. There's a small but growing group of people that are really tired with this behavior and all that stuff, and are just making different content and consuming different content. So the different types of content that I'm alluding to is like rough, rugged, and raw. Just like I started saying in the beginning of this video, and I have on my last 2 or 3 videos, and the types of videos I used to make back like 14, 15 years ago when I first started my other channel, The Study of Stuff. It's a whole different other story. People want rough, rugged, and raw. Realness, authentic expression, real personal stories, unpolished art, honest vlogging, creative experiments, whatever it is, all of it, all the stink, all of the nastiness, the beauty of it, the whole thing, the thing that makes us all amazing, which is the thing that we are, is human, the humanness of it. You know what I'm saying? And in the world that we live in today, like I said before, I'll probably keep always saying it, and others have said it as well, and will continue to say it: be as human as you possibly can. That includes the gnarliness. It is rough, rugged, and raw. It is not curated. Okay? That whole part of it, that part of being human. Now, with this shift that I'm seeing with this small but growing group of people, they're making content that reflects this. The other interesting thing about all of this, and moving away from that type of content and going into something that's rough, rugged, and raw, something that's real, something that's human, all of that stuff. I'm not going to repeat myself, which I just did. So I repeated myself, repeating myself, but that's all good. See? Rough, rugged, and raw right there. An interesting thing happens. It seems like the goal for the content creator and the consumer is freedom from the performative grind. Many things, but one thing that seems to be key is the freedom from the performative grind, both for like pretending the type of personality you are, and you're curating yourself, your content, all of that stuff, and try to make it exciting and scream and yell at the screen and all of those things, that performative aspect of it, as well as the performative aspect the person that consumes the content also engages in, which is like they'll just go to a party and just regurgitate information they saw from some screaming guy or girl on YouTube hollering stuff at them, or making someone else look stupid. They just go to this party and just regurgitate the same talking points and this and that. So that's a performative thing, of course, as well, right? So it's a freedom from this performative grind, both for the content creator and the content consumer. So it's not a complete withdrawing from the internet or using social media or anything like that. But what it is, it seems like this small but growing group is kind of doing this thing where they're just walking away from the whole performative thing of it, but still making content and still consuming content and looking for something real, something honest, something true. Another interesting thing about this that also kind of fits in with the content that I'm going to start putting more and more of out on this channel. So obviously stick around. Hopefully you will. And my other channel, The Study of Stuff, I talk about social engineering a lot. And so the interesting thing about this small but growing group that's backing away it's a form of like a resistance to the social engineering attention loop, as we've heard before, and we think we understand the whole attention economy, and it's designed and geared in a way to suck your attention and your focus. We know all that stuff. So an interesting thing is creating this type of content I'm referring to by this small but growing group, and consuming that type of content as well, is a form of resisting that social engineering of the attention loop. And it's also choosing depth in the content you consume and the content you make, even if it's just jabbering and hollering into a camera like this and just saying stuff. It still requires depth from the person watching this, if they care. Yes, it might be nonsense. Who knows? Okay. But it's just coming from a place that's not curated. It's coming from a place that's not like overly thought out ahead of time, and you're trying to pretend to be something. You know what I mean? It's none of that stuff. That is depth. Now, if you're good at it and you're doing well and you're making good content at it, at this, like doing it this way, well, you're going to create some serious depth, right? With your stories, with your art, with all of that stuff. So back to the point, and to wrap this up, I'm really enjoying, and it really brings me a lot of hope, seeing this small but growing group of individuals out there creating content that's rough, rugged, and raw, honest, and real. And there's a huge group, or maybe not so huge just yet, but it seems like they will be more and more people like yourselves that are consuming this content at this moment, that are also tired of all that stuff, that do want to consume content, that do want to watch a video or hear a story or listen to a song or all that stuff, but they just don't want it to be that slop. Anyways, trying to hit 1,000 subs here, so if you can hit that button, and you know what buttons to hit and all that stuff. Anyways, hope you're having a good day. Word to Big Bird, Jing Jangs, and the Wiggity Wangs. I don't know what that was, but there it is. Rough, rugged, and raw, man.